Hey everybody, William Ward here. It's about time to watch this final presidential debate, and I can't wait till the election season is over because it's terrible. But I really wanted to talk to you guys today about three things I learned while I was getting ready for a bodybuilding show. So I felt like I had some insight into losing weight that I never had before, which makes sense. One, consistency is everything. Now, I know that it's extremely difficult to be consistent in anything that we do, especially when you're taking on, a new habit or a new hobby. So when you're starting to go to the gym and you're trying to make it a new habit, it takes almost a month to ingrain a habit. And that would be doing that habit every day. You're not going to the gym every day. So you absolutely have to try to maintain that habit. Now, how do we try to do that? One of the things that gets us when we're trying to be consistent is a thing called activation energy. That's basically what it takes for you to do whatever it is you want to do. So what does it take for you to go to the gym? You have to put your clothes on, put on your shoes, get your keys, get out of the door, that sort of thing. Now, if you're one of those people that goes to the gym right after you leave work, like I do sometimes, and you don't put your clothes in the car, and you don't put your shoes in the car, or you forget something at home, chances are you might skip the gym that day because, you went the day before, you're tired, and you just don't feel like you absolutely have to go that day. So because you didn't have that stuff in the car, you don't go. Now that can turn into a habit really quickly when you start forgetting things more and more often as you begin to get more tired. Another thing that you can work on is having a friend that can be accountable with you. So, it's always a lot easier to suffer with someone else, right? So if you have a friend or someone that you work out with, there are going to be days when you don't feel like going. There are going to be days when they don't feel like going. But you guys should hold each other accountable for those days. Number two, you're going to fall off the wagon sometimes. So I definitely learned this during my competition prep. Oh my God. I can remember I was on like the last couple weeks, like the last 3 or 4 weeks are the worst part. And I I had these, what were they? They were Greek yogurt covered raisins that I had found in the cupboard. And I was doing like 55 grams of carbs one week and 76 the next and 90 something the next. And so I was eating like very little carbs, very little sugar. And I found those little Greek yogurt covered raisins. And man, every time that I went over to the microwave, they were sitting on top of the microwave. And at one point, I would just, every time I went to warm up some food, I would pop a couple of those raisins in my mouth. Now that's not falling off the wagon in a severe manner, but that could have easily derailed my progress if I hadn't removed those raisins because they were going to end me. But they tasted so good, I needed the sugar so bad. But if you do happen to fall off the wagon, don't let that stop you. So we as humans have this kind of reaction to failing to control our willpower where we fall off the wagon and then we say, oh, screw it, I'm good now, I'm just going to do what I want because I violated my diet for the day, I didn't go to the gym for the past week, I'm just not going to go this week either because there's no point. That's completely contradictory to all the progress that you've made up to this point. Now, if you fall off the wagon, you enjoy that day or you enjoy your rest day and then you go back to it the next day because you have to maintain your progress. So that leads me into point number 3, which is you have to track your progress for your own sanity. So nothing dulls motivation like a lack of progress. Think about when you're in school and you're doing great, or you're in college and you're taking that biology class and you're doing absolutely great. And then all of a sudden you get to a section and you're just getting C's and then getting some D's, maybe you get an F. That kills your motivation. Now, it'll make you work harder or make some people work harder. But when you get to a point where you just feel like you can't do well anymore, then you give up. The same thing's true when you're on a weight loss journey. If you're trying to lose weight and you're not documenting your progress, via pictures or via measuring yourself, because inches come off before pounds do. So you may not see the scale move at all, but you might feel your clothes fit differently. But if you're not documenting this progress via pictures or via a journal or something along those lines, then when you get to a point when you have stalled out for a little while, as anyone that has been on a weight loss journey has experienced, then you don't have anything to fall back on to show that I've made it thus far and I'm going to keep going through this plateau. So I just wanted to reflect on those couple things, and hopefully that'll help you when you are trying to lose weight or trying to create a new habit or just trying to do anything that takes a lot of effort and is challenging in our lives. I'm William Ward. I'm owner and operator of Ward Nutrition and Wellness LLC, registered dietitian, personal trainer, competitive bodybuilder. Hit me up on Instagram, Ward Nutrition, WARDNUTR. Follow me on Facebook, and I will catch up with you guys later. You'll have a good night.